Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I'm super excited to announce the release of my very first book, The Golden Key: Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance. If you're ready to alchemize the circumstances in your life so that your abundance expands to an entirely new level in 2021, head over to goldenkey.gift to download the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD. All right, all you positive heads, welcome back to another episode. Here we go again. As always, happy to be here with you all, and it is a fabulous Friday as I record. Hope you are making it magical wherever you are, whenever you are tuning into this particular episode. Have some a question from a listener to address today. Have a review here I want to go over. Have a song that I love to play. Life is beautiful. And let's dig right in, shall we? I'll start by reading this review here. And had some cool synchronicity with this one too. I actually saw the review yesterday, and then yesterday evening there's a synchronicity with it. So I'll go ahead and read it. It's by Be the Change You Want to See. And it is a synchronicity story itself. So I just love how the layers of synchronicity continue. The title is Synchronicity Story, A White Feather. I've been a big fan of the podcast for over a year and have been meaning to write a review for some time. Then one day I was listening at the gym a few weeks after it originally aired to episode 351, your January 25th interview with Carolyn Oxberry, who of course goes by Caroline Whitefeather. At the very moment in the podcast when you remarked on the synchronicity of seeing a white feather before you spoke with Caroline, my gaze happened downward to the gym turf mat, and there at my feet I saw a little white feather tuft. As part of my spiritual practice, I'd been asking the universe to help attune me to guidance and messages and synchronicity, and was riveted, amazed, and grateful at such a delightful answer. We know how much you enjoy being a part of all our individual journeys through the work you do, and this was a powerful affirmation that indeed we are all connected through the noble light work you and your guests are doing in the world. Thank you, Brandon and Caroline, and all the members of the Positive Head community for being who you are and doing what you do. Well, it's not just me that is doing the work. Here you have, and thank you for that review, by the way, Be the Change You Want to See, by writing it when you did, right? You're telling me your synchronicity story. I'm walking up my stairwell last evening. Lo and behold, what do you think is sitting on the landing? A white feather. And I haven't ever seen a white feather there ever before. And I've lived, the same house for 5 years. And so a white feather magically ended up on my stairwell there. And so you are now co-creating the magic. The synchronicity goes on and on. I wonder who else hears this. We'll see a white feather as a wink from the universe that you are on the right track and in alignment with becoming the next greatest and grandest version of yourself. So I took a picture of the feather. I'll post it on the Facebook group, Positive Heads. If those of you who aren't on there yet, get on there. There's a couple thousand of us now. Wow, we're getting vast in numbers as the soul family expands, and people connecting, sharing, making real life connections, supporting one another. It's a private group, so you can open your heart and not worry about, the whole world seeing it if that's a concern. And so I will post that on the Facebook group. And if you haven't reviewed on iTunes, please do so. But yeah, this definitely got me. I was so excited last night. So this morning I just left the feather there, and when there was good lighting, I took a picture. So I'll post it for you guys to see. So, fabulous Friday indeed, right? Moving right along, I would like to address a question written in via the Facebook group from Christine. And Christine said, hi, Brandon. I'm so happy I found your podcast. You touch on so many issues that are very helpful, but as of now, with my state of mind, it doesn't seem to work. I'm having some major issues right now, and trying to be positive doesn't seem to work. I have a dead-end job. My relationship is in shambles. I'm overloaded with stress from daily life. I listen to the podcast, and they don't seem to transition my mood. I feel like I'm about to explode. I find myself locked inside my head, screaming at the top of my lungs. All I want to be is happy, and that just seems unrealistic right now. I've detached myself from the world because I'm going mentally insane. I don't know where to go with this or where to start. I'm a beginner in meditation, which I've done once. I believe in cleansing your soul, but I don't even know where to begin with the spiritual awakening. I'm so miserable that it seems like a job to even start the practice. I'm so lost and so stuck. I don't want to go to see a therapist because all they'll do is put me on medication. I need help, and I believe you can help me without prescribing me medication. LOL. Thank you. And thank you for changing the minds of many. You have such an amazing impact on people, and I hope one day I will wake up and become the person you have become to be. Well, Christine, thank you for writing in, and certainly I'm sure many can relate to your trial here, your path, your dark night of the soul as you as you transition. All of us are transitioning different stages in the journey of becoming, sort of going from the caterpillar to the butterfly, and by writing in, you are not only going to get some feedback from me that I believe will be helpful too. Why? Because you believe it'll be helpful, and I believe you create your reality with your thoughts. You said it. You think I can help you. Well, and so it is. As you speak, you create. And, you say you hope you can become the person I've become. Well, I am an extension of you. So if you can take that in for a moment, there's only one of us. We're all reflections of one another. So I reflect a part of you that's already maybe moved beyond the stage that you're currently experiencing first and foremost in your primary consciousness, right? So think about that for a moment. Anything that you see that you respect or like or want more of in your own world, the fact that you're seeing is showing that you're a vibrational match for it on some level, and you are calling it in. So give yourself a pat on the back for that, right? You're seeing reflections that you prefer. You're also, of course, very fixated on a lot of reflections that you don't prefer, right? And that becomes the problem. We're giving how much energy is going to the reflections you prefer versus the ones that you don't prefer. I think it's safe to say, from what I'm hearing here, there's a lot of energy going to what's wrong, my dead-end job, my relationships in shambles, I'm going mentally insane, all these thoughts, and I'm not trying to downplay what you're experiencing at all. Trust me, it's quite trying what you're going through. I'm sure from where you sit, it's painful. But if you can understand this, it's all an illusion. First and foremost, you have started in a habitual pattern. You've judged the things as right or wrong. What if you were to start to look at that dead-end job and say, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. This relationship that's it's happening for me, not to me. And I love it. I'm gonna be the space for this, right? Eckhart Tolle says that's the question. Can I be the space for this? Can you be the space for where you're at, right where you are, right where you're stuck, right where you're a mess from one perspective? Can you say, I love myself here in this place? In this dark moment, I'm going to find the beauty and acceptance of myself. I'm right where I need to be, even though it appears to be messy. The caterpillar appears to be messy when its cells are turning into goo that then get transformed into a butterfly. It's a messy process. You're going through that process. And if you can love yourself there, if you can be the space for this, you can allow it, stop resisting it, defining it as wrong, and instead seeing it as a part of your process, a part of your spiritual awakening you seek, right? This is it. You're in it. You're doing it. Congratulations. What are we talking about it negatively for? Find the joy in it. Find the love in it. Find the beauty in it. This will bring you out. It's a choice. You have a choice in each moment. And I know it's challenging, especially when everyone around you, everything around you will tell you why it's so wrong, including yourself. But start making small changes. Don't these big monumental changes you think you've got to make. What about small ones? Let's start small. I'm a beginner in meditation. Great. That's awesome. You've done it once. Okay. How about let's try it a second time? 5 minutes a day. Can you commit to that? Let's try that. You don't got to be some guru on the top of a mountain that meditates for 12 hours straight without blinking or moving your legs, right? Let's start with 5 minutes a day. You talk about cleansing your soul. Are you cleansing your body? A lot of changes they've seen, I talked about this recently. There was a school where they changed the lunch program and all the children's behavior changed. Who was it that I was talking to the other day that talked about that I had on the show, or maybe it's a forthcoming interview, I think. I can't remember when, where, how I talked about this, but they took someone off the street who was mentally insane. They got her off gluten. They started feeding her vegetables. She made a complete turnaround. A lot of these things have to do, what are you putting in your body? Make a commitment to, I'm going to eat a bunch of vegetables instead this week. See if that changes things, how you feel. If you can do small changes and, give yourself a break first and foremost. You're so hard on yourself. We're all so hard on ourselves. You are the caterpillar becoming the butterfly. There's no getting out. Have made the commitment. Your soul's made the commitment. The way through it is through it, and you're doing it, and you can do it, and you will do it. And there's a part of yourself in the eternal now where there is no time that's already been through this, has the t-shirt to prove it, and is more because of it, because of what you're going through, because of the suffering that you've went through. Speaking of Eckhart Tolle, in his book, Power of Now, I highly recommend to any of you guys. Do that. Start reading a book, listening to it on audio. Make that a part of your vibrational daily intake. Something different than this podcast, a different avenue that may trigger something that I didn't, right? But Eckhart Tolle, his story, he was miserable. He was suicidal. He was mentally insane. Now he's one of the greatest, most impactful spiritual teachers because the transition continued. He's still, one thing that's for sure, you're an eternal being that's always been and always will be. Change is guaranteed. So the good news is, Christine, change is guaranteed. You're on a moving train, and it's going to move, and it's ultimately moving in a direction where you can't lose. So what if you relaxed into that knowing for a moment? You took that in and you just said, I can just stop. I can stop the worry because I don't need to control. I don't need to know. I don't need to be attached. I don't need to fix it. It's going to flow and work out ultimately. And my survival is guaranteed. I'm eternal. And I can relax into that and find faith, start tapping into that concept that the universe, your higher self, source, God, love, whatever you want to call it, is here to support you. And if you can find that energy, find that wave to start riding some of these different waves. And instead of waves, instead of waves, instead of screaming at the top of your lungs and feeling like you're going to explode. And those are all coming from perspectives that you have chosen, that you're adopted and you're used to, and they're habitual. And let's start making small shifts to a different way. Let's experiment. Let's realize that you have the power. You've had it this whole time to make the changes, and you will make it. It's not if, but when and how. And there's no right or wrong. You can't get it wrong. So if you want to suffer for another 100 years, that's okay too. That's a okay choice, because in the end, it's free will. It's a free will universe, and you are eternal. So it's all ultimately going to serve you in the end. Let's take a listen. I've got a clip. I've played it before. It's a short one, but it's by Eckhart Tolle. Can I be the space for this? He talks about, all the stress that we create with our perspectives, right? I can relate so much to this clip as someone who's, I got to get it done. Or, Dalian will tell you he's laughed at me many times or wanted to shoot me many times when over the years we've worked on various projects and all of a sudden I have a deadline. Oh my gosh, I just realized we got to do this thing and I need it done now. And Dalian, I need you to do this graphic art, or I need you to, and he's like, oh my gosh, Brandon, and this has been me many, many times in my life, and I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress too, but can I be the space for this? All these artificial stresses and deadlines, and having more on my plate than I've ever had. I'm really getting better at letting go. I'm still got work to do, but I'm getting better at these forced deadlines and things that must be done in order for the thing to happen so that more can be. It's just relax about yourself. Quit taking yourself so seriously. Relax into it. Let things flow. Survival's guaranteed. You can relax about that concern that we all have. You're an eternal being. Okay, let's listen to Eckhart Tolle. Can I be the space for this?
So the secret of life is to move in the world of object consciousness, where things continuously happen and have to be dealt with. Okay, this phone rings, demands, I want this, you should come and do this. Okay. Are you going to lose yourself in these continuous, the demand of the world of objects, of things, that give me your attention? And I'm only speaking right now of the external world, which says, I need your attention. This, and everything that arises says, this matters, absolutely, and it's serious. The situation is very serious. We have to do something now. Okay. And you can see how you're completely lost in form. You can see it. What now? Okay, and what decisions are you going to take on the basis of that state of consciousness? Oh, we have to go, let these people go, 50 people, we have to let them go. We can't afford to keep them any longer. Sack them all. Oh. What next? A complete lack of space, which means complete lack of wisdom. Just absurd decisions are being taken. Nothing can come out of that state of consciousness that does not create more suffering, because it's a state of ultimately great unbalance, to use a mild word, and a state where everything pretends to matter absolutely. And of course there's continuous underlying fear, because all you know is the world of objects, of things happening, of things going wrong, of things that shouldn't be, of things that need to be added to make so that we can be profitable and make a success, become a success. What for? I don't know. The company needs to grow. It needs to grow. What for? So that more people can be part of it and more people can be unhappy. And to a large extent, this is the energy that's still behind a lot of the structures in our civilization. That kind of energy is behind it. It's mad, of course it's mad. What is missing? Space. Can you be here as the bringer of space in any situation?
And there you have it, guys. I mean, he's so funny. His expressions and his just whole demeanor makes me laugh. Like just the way he delivers things, kind of making fun of the spazzes out there like myself. So, Christine, I hope it helps to some degree. Me and Eckhart kind of chiming in together on this. Just, can you be the space for what's happening? Can you find a way to love all these dysfunctions that you have in your life right now and quit trying to fix them? Do small things, not because you have to, because you want to, and love them, love where you're at. I believe you can do it, and I look forward to hearing feedback from you about your progress. And you certainly have a support group on the Facebook group. Don't be shy. Reach out. People love to support and help there. And you're giving, and for giving me the opportunity to share and connect and grow and teach and learn simultaneously. It's an honor. Thank you so much, Christine, for writing in. I do have a song that is appropriate and beautiful, and I just love the song. This is Jose Gonzalez. The song is Stay Alive. Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
There's a rhythm and rush these days, where the lines don't move and the colors don't fade. Leaves you empty with nothing but dreams, in a world gone shallow, in a world gone mean. Sometimes there's things a man cannot know. Gears won't turn and the leaves won't grow. There's no place to run and no gasoline. Engines won't turn and the train won't leave. I will stay with you tonight, hold you close till the morning light. Watch the new day rise. We'll do whatever just to stay alive. We'll do whatever just to stay alive. Well, the way I feel is the way I ride, racing like the thoughts of a man who lies. It's the truth and it's on our side. Dawn is coming, open your eyes. Look into the sun as a new day's rise. And I will wait for you tonight. You're here forever and you're by my side. I've been waiting all my your heart as it's keeping time. I'll do whatever just to stay alive. Dawn is coming, open your eyes. Dawn is coming, open your eyes. Dawn is coming, open your eyes. Look into the sun as a new day's rise. There's a rhythm and rush these days, where the lines don't move and the colors don't fade. But there is a truth and it's on our side. Dawn is coming, open your eyes. Look into the sun as a new day's rise.